We have a bout in store for you tonight. I've been waiting for this all year. I've been waiting for this all season. I cannot wait. Oh, yes.
Sam, my brother, conditions are ideal. Yeah, thanks for having me. This is incredible. This is, I believe, Saturday night's main event. Am I right?
If you ask me, this is the main card. As far as I'm concerned, this has been foretold in the stars to be the best game, potentially of the year, and this could potentially be our championship rematch. Let's see what happens in the course of it.
The stakes are set, the stakes are high, and we're off!
Gemma starts off with an early start on Tiff, with an early battle of Gorticia in the back, and Trinity's able to take a superior lead. Now she gets to that wall, only has the pivot to get around. She stays close, wants to get that strategic lead, pushes her out of play, and the pivot has to wait to re-engage before she can leave, but still has to deal with Tiff. Makes one move, Trinity's getting ground to the back, and that's able to send Criminally Insane. Trinity's coming up against that back wall, and Yellow has a baby.
Right there.
They have to get around one. Does she? It looks like Gorticia lays the hit. One-on-one blocking, and that's a lead change.
There it is.
Criminally Insane able to get 1 point and call it. That is at least one for Pink. Let's see if Yellow has a finger.
Survey says...
Refs are conferring.
Sam, the action is hot. Coming in hot.
What a start with a 1-0 lead change, hit it and quit it jam. How intense.
It is electric. It is exciting. I feel like this is the place to be. Am I correct?
I would say so. And you're going to set a tone. It's with that jam. No one is going to have a head and shoulders clear-cut defined victory. It's going to be a battle of inches. All right, as we start up front, we have Annie and Killshot. A couple to watch out for. They're going to be vital. And look at that. It looks like Killshot's able to hold that inside line and stop that jammer. That evenly contested at least. Give enough for, ooh, look at that. Ooh, what a hit to Blitz. That front, those pivots are something to watch out for. They're able to hold that front with extreme integrity and still battle each other. Amelia playing offense.
Look at that move, look at
creating
that.
a hole for Kovo. And we have a lead jammer with 55 seconds left in the jam. Pivot's able to get out front. Killshot adjusting those wrist guards. Can Kovo get to the pack before Killshot can gain some ground? There's a battle in the back.
Look at this right here.
Holding
Look at that
Texas
right
to
there.
one. She makes the move to the outside. Gets the 1 point and calls it. It's a tie game.
It's a brand new
1-1.
ball game. You're starting to sweat. I'm sweating a little bit. You sweating?
I'm lightheaded.
This is incredible. Look at this.
If this is what the game is, 2 minutes and 15 seconds in, I don't think I can last 1 hour.
Sam, who are you looking for now? Huh? What, I want you to call this. What you think?
Oh, that was a lead change. There were 3 points. I missed
Sam.
2 of those points.
I knew. Shake off those glasses, brother. We got a lead change. It is 3-1. Bashers up front.
And the Criminally with an early break. But her mother on the inside. BP takes a hit from Badonka. Boom.
That.
The pivots take each other out and Criminally with the break. I am loving this.
They're coming out from jump, Sam.
Those pivots battle, and Tiff's able to get out with about 60 feet of lead. Criminally Insane could potentially do it, but if there's anyone who's going to catch her, it's the Tiff. She comes to the back, one skater on the ground. She tries to move into that wall, gets around, tries to call it, but it looks like she's out of bounds.
Just outside.
There's a lead change, but can she reclaim it? Rogue making a move in the back. Tiff's up at the front. She has 2 more points to get. It's called off at the front. What does the point total reflect?
Let's take a look.
Looks as if there's an adjustment again. So that 1-3, my glasses might not have been foggy. They did change it a little bit. But we'll see how it falls after these fingers go up.
This has been insane, my friend. This has just been the action right from the get-go. They want it. Gotta have it.
This is the Cold Stone Creamery of games right here. The love it, like it. I gotta have this
The Cold
game.
Stone Creamery rises to the top. I heard that once.
I've heard a very macho man tell me about that.
Oh, yeah, and I can dig it.
All right, Madam Butterfly with an early come to the front
Look
of the
at
pack. Means that they might able to shift this pack to the back. She's not taking that early break, but Andy makes a move on the inside and holds that line. Jammer gets swallowed up to the back, giving Honeybee plenty of opportunity to fight her way to the front.
Who's gonna make that move, Sam? Who's making a move?
Once again, with Annie and Killshot at the front, you can get through 4 players. Doesn't matter, that final boss. Annie takes that jammer all the way to the back, taking out Rogue. It's a smart move, but that pivot is now swallowed. Let's see what Madam Butterfly is being completely held still by Annie as Honey tries to make a move, but the donger holds strong. Honey makes another move to the inside.
Oh, look at
and
that.
Killshot throws the butt in the gut. What a hit. Able to get another position, and Texas is able to maintain her back into the middle of the pack. We have Madam Butterfly trying to make a move in the back as she's met with a Amelia Rogue wall with Thrash holding that inside capped.
Sam, how do you break this up, huh?
This is 24 seconds left in the jam. I don't know if you do. Strategically, you have about 10 to 15 seconds from when you leave that pack to get to the back of the pack. I think you just stand up, take your break. And as I always like to say, preserve yourself, because any jam where the defense is this good, you just want to make sure you don't get a penalty. I wonder what would happen. And as with any jam where no one can break out, how about you give it up for your blockers? What about that defense?
Woo-wee.
In the back, we have my favorite rivalry of all time.
Set the stage, brother. Set that stage. What are we looking at here?
We have Criminally Insane and Triple Threat. Two very good friends. Oh, and a double false start. Ooh. They have to head to their benches, but the jam is still on. Triple Threat takes advantage of this and an easy break. That is not a stoppage in play. That only happens if the jammers false start. Everyone was caught on their heels except for Triple Threat.
Taking full advantage of that, Sam.
Criminally is able to make that break and is able to try and get some points back. If I know anything about Triple, she's going to keep going. She trusts her blockers to make these hits.
Oh, look at that right there. Look at that.
And a hit. Maybe a little high, but Badonka Boom is no foreigner to hitting hard. And sure enough, I do believe there might have been a...
I can feel that over here, Sam.
I do believe there might have been a penalty called. Yes, absolutely. Triple Threat going for multiple passes. Criminally able to get her 4, but Triple Threat's up on 8. Trip will try and go the entire duration of the jam. She has that endurance.
Sam, what's Trip thinking right now? What's in her head?
That's what youth do. She said, I am young, I am vitality personified. I'm getting these points. But on top of that, strategically, if her team can race and she can grab these last 4 points, she at least gets 2 points there. One for the person who has to go to the box or to their bench because they weren't in play, and the person she scored on. So that's easily a 10-4. That's a 6-point jam. Whereas the common knowledge, the common best practice is to get 4 points and call it.
Right.
But she was able to take another 40 seconds and get another 2 points. I think that's the smart move in a tight game.
I mean, the talent on this rink, my friend, the talent is just next level. Seriously, some of the best you're seeing right now in front of your very eyes.
We have Team USA skaters. We have skaters that just learned this year. But everyone is contributing in a strong way.
Oh, there we go. Uh-oh.
We have Microcycle making a strong move with Rogue with a definitive block in the back. Both skaters with over a decade of experience on the track. And that's kind of reminiscent of everyone in this bout. There is a lot of experience, and I hope to really break it down and say, hey, everyone out here knows what they're doing. And
well, here's the thing. I mean, the present is great, but the future is also bright. We are in for a treat, not just today, but for the rest of the run. This has been so good, my friend.
We have some skaters that they're in their first year, and they are doing amazing things. It's only up from here.
It's called legacy, my friend. That's legacy, baby.
Covalent bondage breaks with 40 seconds left with no panty from Pink. Pink is able to activate their pivot. Yellow comes to a back wall. Micro in the back makes a move, isn't able to stop her. Covalent bondage makes a move to the outside. Kill shot coming up. Let's see if she can call it.
Look at this.
Covalent with the no call, and kill shot able to sneak in at least 2 points, maybe up to a 3 or 4. That might be an even jam.
Let's take a look.
We see 3 for Yellow and 2 for Pink. But Killshot's hustle is what got her those points. 13-9, 4 points. That's anyone's game.
Oh, absolutely.
If this goes without of 1 jam differential, I will be shocked.
I mean, we got 2 of the best we're watching right here, so this is to be expected, Sam.
And we have the mother-daughter lineup in the back.
I love a good storyline.
There is nothing better than the person who taught the student and the master. Ooh, Bomb Pop making some grabs, making some moves. trying to get the assist, is able to make him outside
look
move
that.
and break. Tiff has an eye out for that panty. She is watching for someone with a helmet cover. Badonka Boom able to distract her. She has both Queen of Hearts and Kremenly to deal with. Queen of Hearts is able to take the distraction as a point to get
there
out.
it is.
Bomb Pop has some ground to get up with Rogue caught in the back. It looks like there is a 4-wall with Kremenly caught up. Can
what do you
Kremenly make
see
a
here?
move
What
on
do
her
you see
mother?
here?
She is not, but Bomb's Peepy's able to make 1 point. Let's see if she was able to sneak in and get some extra points in the front. We see 0 by Pink and 1 by Yellow. Another tight jam.
9-14, Sam.
This is intense. This is amazing. All right, we got Blitz on the back with triple threat, and up front we have Kill Shot, and I cannot see. That might be a Tiff, that might be an Annie. I believe it is an Annie. All right.
Here we go. Let's do it live. Let's do it live.
Triple threat immediately opening up with some defensive jammer play. Blitz throwing his shoulder, able to get a little pop, able to just throw her off the axis enough that triple threat gets it behind the wall of Micro Psycho. And then there's some movement up front
look at that.
with a Blitz shoving Amelia.
Look at that.
Amelia a little out of play and able to send Blitz out.
Look
and he
at
waits for
that.
the pack. And he leads within 10 feet. Good bridging by Amelia.
Well done. Well
If
done.
anyone's going to catch Blitz after that lead, it's Annie. All right, as she enters that back wall, little pop. Annie is able to get, my apologies. That little pop to triple threat gives Blitz just enough time to grab some points and call it a 1-0 jam. This is going to be a battle of inches.
I mean, just sit tight, my friends. We're going to be going back and forth. It's going to be back and forth all match.
These are the heavyweights. This is
Told you, it's big fight field. This is your main event, brother.
Tyson and Logan Paul. This is everything you could ever
Oh,
ask
so we're
for.
actually going to get it. This is Tyson and Logan Paul. So we're actually going to see a match.
It is a
We're
spectacle.
seeing it as we speak.
It's what I've been waiting for all year. With a great jump, Gemma's able to get into the front position.
Oh,
over
look at
Annie.
that. Oh,
and
check
Tiff
that
makes
out.
an early position, an early move, and she has a pivot helping her.
Oh, that's smooth.
She sits up there and is waiting for the swallow. She is waiting for her team to help. Pivot is able to, Pivot has to wait to get back into play. Now she has to fight Annie as she gets put back into play with Boom making a move, and Annie makes it look glancing. Boom does not miss those hits. That just shows how good and how aware
It
Annie
was
is.
just textbook.
Krem with a hit to the inside, and Tiff making a move all the way to the outside. Tiff sees it. She has faith in her blockers. She wants another round.
Oh, let's take a look. Here we go.
All right, Gemma able to move on the outside, able to take a couple points. With Thunder going out of bounds, she's able to re-enter in front of her.
And outside.
And it looks like Tiff is going to make another move, and criminally battling, giving Tucky an opportunity to recycle and get a hit and a call. It looks as if the Pink is calling for a pack in front. Potentially, Pink can get more points if that pack was in a different position. And it looks as if Pink gets 4 at least points. So that looks as if it might be a 7-4 jam. It's still anyone's game.
It's just a toss-up. I mean, I'm exhausted watching. This is incredible.
This is amazing.
14-21.
All right, it looks as if that pivot change to jammers is kind of a common strategy. And we have a timeout called by the Bumble Bashers.
Let's take an exhale, yeah?
Let's take a deep breath.
Let's take a breath.
Let's take a couple of woosahs, because that is what you need. There is some tension in the air on the track and off. I can feel it. All right, we have a timeout called as everybody gets to reevaluate and take some time and get to look at what's going on. Coach Luke has a word with Reftacular.
I mean, you told me coming in, you said Hartzell, this is going to be one you want to call, brother, and I can confirm this is so far as advertised, even more so, my friend. This is excellent.
And on top of that, I think it's going to get better. As time winds down, the pressure rises. And when the pressure rises, the heat in the room, the atmosphere.
Take me there. Where are you going? Take me there. Keep going. Keep going.
It's going to be a cataclysmic explosion at that final whistle.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how, good or bad, one team or the other, but either way, it's going to be until the last second.
Oh, yeah.
If this goes into overtime, I'm passing out.
I mean, you just painted quite a picture, and I think you're right. Let's rage.
So let's
rage on the rink.
Let's take a quick breakdown of what's happened. We just noticed that Tiff, a usual pivot, has switched to the jammer position.
Yes.
And in immediate response, Killshot, a usual pivot, switches to the back. So now we see some defensive playing.
Why do you think so?
I think it's because at a point where your jammers are meeting with an offensive pivot wall, sometimes it's just a mutual loss. If both of those pivots are so strong that your jammer can't get out, you need to send that pivot to the back and really double down on being able to get that person out against the best players. BP is able to get out, but Killshot follows her blocker and is able to get at least 2 points, maybe even a third.
Oh, wow.
As she steps in front of Thrash, and it looks like that's a 3-0 jam.
Did we get that third one?
If that is, as I saw, a 3-0 jam, that brings it in within 4, and that's a one-pass jam. This could be back to tied at the end of this jam, and I think it's going to stay this way.
Well, momentum, will it stay where it's at, or will it swing the other way?
That timeout could have gone either way, but that strategy is smart. You throw the Team USA skater in the position where you know she can handle it. You know she can do it.
That's a good problem to have.
Once again, those pivots to an early start. Tiff able to maintain that
look at this.
position. Criminally Insane takes a move, knocking Thunder, and then she's able to get to that immediately to that position, the pivot position. She's very patient, though. She's going to wait till she's out of play, but that patience
Take a look at this. Take a look at this.
Triple threat comes up behind. Triple deck hot on the ass of Criminally Insane. Excuse my language, but there is a team.
It's high. Listen, it's high stakes, high energy, my friend. Don't you worry about it.
Able to capitalize on that patience and is able to use that fourth spot. Throws the pack in the back. The signal by Gemma. Drop the pack. If the pack moves to the back, Criminally doesn't have to deal with a blocker here. But that pack being in the back means that they're vulnerable, having to deal with triple threat.
Oh, here we go.
She gets 2 points on the outside. One person down. Does she want that fourth point? Does she have the time for it? She doesn't get that fourth point on Badonkaboom, but strategically, that patience, waiting to see if she has that timing to get that last point. Smart plays, strong plays, fast plays.
All right, Sam, set the scene, my friend. Set the scene.
All right, we have the Donger up front against, I believe, Annie Mall. And then in the back, we have Microcycle and a false start. Let's see who the false start was. The rules for a false start is that the false starter will start 5 feet behind the jammer line. That is why the play was called dead and the earlier one was not. Jammers, false start, they have to start at a disadvantage. Blockers, false start, they have to play the entire jam with a disadvantage.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right, with Kovo starting in the 5 feet back, let's see if that actually makes a difference. Thunder with a hit to the outside on the jammer. Micro makes another move and tries to go around Rogue. Rogue with a nice little shove causes Micro to have to reset.
Oh, where are we going?
Kovo on the inside, but is immediately capped by a firm wall of Texas, Donger, and Killshot. Kovo on the outside, Donger making a move, might be able to recycle her and does take her out. There is an out of play up front. Kovo does have that outside again, but that wall is able to maintain her and stay in play. What expert blocking, what spectacular move.
That wall is solid.
Micro makes a move, gets to her front wall, takes a tiny spill, but is able to go. It does look as if there's a lead, and it looks as if Donger is running, and Donger is in fact lead jammer, and there may have been a break and then an immediate lead change. They called Kovo active as she got swallowed back up, and then Donger is able to get back to the pack, score a point, and call it off. What amazing strategy.
What a sequence, that was incredible.
The ability to recapture that jammer after what might have been an out of play, a bridging technique, spectacular. We do have 2 in the box, so it might have been a blocking out of play that turned into a lead change. It does bring the jam within, or the game within 5 points.
5, yep.
And it looks as if there's a timeout.
Let's take some time.
At the end of this timeout, Pink will start with 2 players in the box. Now, 2 players can make the
Yeah,
pass.
how does this change things up? How does this affect our situation, Sam?
There is a strategy that exists that players can run away. If 2 Pink players...
I'm big on that. I love just running away. I'm really good at just running away.
I too got bullied quite a bit in high school.
Yep.
So there is a position in which Pink can just sprint away. And if Pink is able to do that, it'll give their penalty box players plenty of time to re-enter. But Yellow's only job right now is likely to be, and I'm not their coach, I can't tell them how to play, give them enough time that you can hold 1 player, and that way they cannot just sprint away. It can easily turn into a runaway jam. We'll see what happens. It looks like they're posed to hit right off at the beginning.
Let's take a look.
All right, Gorticia moves and takes a nice little hit on Brick Smash House.
Oh, here we go.
Gemma ready to make a move on Tiff, goes to the inside.
Ooh, what a move.
That cut on the inside to the middle of the wall leaves them in the dust, giving both panties the
Ooh, that
ability
was
to break.
smooth, baby.
And Blitz is able to take control of that chaos and break out. Tiff is able to make a definitive lead and probably gains on it.
Oh, take a look at this
2
wall.
all in the back. Where did she go? Middle. In. Jam. Nothing. Middle.
Uh-oh.
Is able to cut it. It looks as if there's it looks as if there's calling in the back. They want to how to play. Tiff is able to get up and gets all 4 points, and that Blitz is still making some hard moves in the back. Blitz is able to at least pass 1, but Tiff still does have that lead. Able to get 4 points. Tiff, they're now even, but Tiff can make another move. Let's see if that wall can do anything. Ooh, takes a spill. Tiff's able to get 1, but Killshot's not giving up. Killshot gets right back in front. She might be a point, but no one else will be. She holds her back. She has to enter behind her. A quick call off. Way to capitalize on your defense. Way to turn what could have been 4 points back into 1. That hustle is why Killshot is one of the greatest and always will be.
That's why we got 2 of the best teams squaring off right here tonight.
Tiff is able to make small mistakes into big point differences. So it really is a testament to how great of a skater she is that Killshot was able to hold her and Tiff was able to fight through what was a definitively difficult wall. All right, we have a personnel change.
Who's on the court, my friend? Who we got?
Right back to it, Killshot and Tiff. And in the back, Krem and BP. The Fraziers right next to each other being patient. BP yields to the rest of the pack, and Krem is able to make a move to the out, move to the in. Thunder holds her back on the inside. BP wants to start playing a little defense against Krem, and Micro Psycho says, let me open that up for you, sis. Krem makes a move.
Look at that.
That patient ability is able to stop and wait for the hole. That Thunder immediately closes up as a high-level blocker. Texas challenges that inside to give just enough distraction on Annie. Not quite enough that it's going to make Annie make a second move. Annie holds criminally back. All right, halfway through the jam, and we have both jammers stuck.
Sam, where we headed, huh? Where's this going?
Right now, I think the question is, do we open up that offense and potentially lead ourselves up? Killshot goes, makes a move. It's a little directional. Able to stop BP, and that would have opened up a hole for Krem. But Killshot gets sent to the box, and she'll be at least to the end of this jam, and if not 2 seconds at the beginning of the next. BP is able to break. Criminally takes a spill. BP has 20 seconds to get any points.
20 seconds.
If Pink can get away, they can. Criminally able to get back and able to
what's
make a
that move going to be?
Annie holds her back and has to enter behind her. Able to get 1 point and call it. 2 points because Killshot's in the box. If someone is in the box and anyone gets a point on the opposing team, the penalty box gets added to that.
There we go.
But Annie gets sent to the box. So we're potentially going to have, we have an even jam at the beginning, a 4-on-4, but we'll have an uneven jam for at least the duration of the remainder of whatever Killshot served.
Sam, is this playing out how you expected?
This is exactly as I expected. The numbers could have been interchangeable, but this is, I thought it was going to be this tight, and I still think it will be.
Living up to all the hype, my friend.
Good blocking with Sherbert and Gorticia in the back. Butterfly able to make an early break, but that gives Tiff the opportunity.
The speed, look at the speed.
Tiff low and slow on the, Lowen has the great stroke. She has that crossover down. Comes to that back wall, Madame lets her on the inside, and the hit. Whoa!
Tell you what.
They held that inside, and I believe they knocked Tiff out of bounds.
I believe
Refs
so.
are conferring. I believe 0 points for yellow as they held that inside with integrity. 3 points for the lovely Lethals.
Massive, massive.
All right, Hart, so give me a little bit of as an outsider, as a person who's seen a couple of Derby games, how do you feel?
I feel great being here because this is an incredible community that understands that every so often you got to kick a little ass. Yeah.
What is your impression of this?
Oh, this is the best roller derby I've ever seen in my entire life.
And you've seen some bouts before, is that
I've
correct?
seen quite a few bouts, and this is just a whole never level. This right here is why you show up on a Saturday night to see the best, because this is the best.
All right, and the best they are. Criminally Insane able to get to the front of the pack, able to make a move around Tiff, with Donger holding her back.
Look at that.
Tiff is able to make another move after Donger steps out of play, but Criminally Insane and Tiff is an even race. They have about 10 feet of gap behind them, and let's see if Tiff can make that 5. Tiff makes that about 5. Let's see if she can make that 0.
Sam, you just look at what you're watching, you know you're watching the best of what they do. It's almost like you're spoiled watching this, am I right?
The hit from Badonka Boom!
Unbelievable.
The hit from Badonka Boom, opening up enough offense to get 1 point and call it, and I believe that shuts out Pink. Or sorry, 3 points for Pink,
3.
And it only holds 1 point for Yellow. I am weak. My knees are weak. My blood.
Your voice it's headed out,
My
man.
voice is gone.
Hey, leave it on the ring just like they are. Leave it on the ring.
Truth be told, I did lose my voice with FCRD at our travel team tournament in Arizona this weekend.
Was that a humble brag? Was that a little bit of a humble brag?
We left it
right
on the
there?
track.
Yeah.
We did. But I'm glad
Here we go.
I got just enough voice to be here for this game because I've been waiting. I've been posed and ready.
And rightfully so. Look at this.
All right, Blitz and Triple Threat in the back, able to fight through the middle. Looks as if Triple Threat's able to make a clean break. But Gemma's clean on her heels. We have a 5 feet lead.
Oh,
and
on
the
each
pivot
other's
is able
heels.
to make
Look
a
at
break.
this.
Gemma makes one move but takes a spill. Can she recover that lost ground? Pink holds a 3-wall in the back, and one to Yellow goes to the box. Hit to the inside by Annie. Easy hole.
Oh, look at that.
Hole the size of Mount Everest. What a hit by Annie. Gemma able to make her May and able to get those 4 points back. Triple Threat making another move. Those Pink do have 4, but they do have Ducky held to the back by Annie. Gore's trying to go back and help.
Oh, look at
Ducky's
that.
able to escape a little, and then goes right into Badonka Boom. Little shoving. Is it getting chippy out there? I see some hands raised.
Hey, that's just good, clean roller derby, my friend.
I
do it for the love of the game, that's all.
I believe those were good games being exchanged.
Good game.
Good game. Good game. I like that hit. I like the cut of your jib.
I was mostly just on the orange peel patrol. I would just give out the juice boxes and, yeah, self-aware.
Got that Gatorade mix on lock.
Gatorade mix was mine.
Excuse me, I need some water.
You need some? Do you need some of my Gatorade mix? Here we go, we're back.
Madam Butterfly able to at least pass 2. Rogue waving for the, come on, where's that truck tag? Track, cut, yield. It's a difficult one to say.
Say it 10 times fast.
I would not. Could not.
Set
All
the
right.
stage, Sam. What we looking at, brother? What you got?
Madam Butterfly makes a move to the inside, and Amelia Scarehart able to hold her off. Rogue able to make an assist on that, giving just enough space. Madam Butterfly is able to take a step and get through. BP takes a spill. That means it's just Annie with Amelia or Killshot. Sorry, Amelia playing offense. Killshot making a backwards move. Able to lay another hit.
Look at this.
Annie
Look at
getting
this.
low with the bean dip, but Texas recycles and cleans it up. No panties are breaking. BP proves me wrong immediately. Bomb Pop able to get out front.
Here we go.
It looks like there's a hole on the inside. Gets 1, gets 2, maybe 3, calls it off. Madam Butterfly with them points.
Ooh, how many we got?
0 for Yellow, and I see 2 for Pink. 2 for Pink.
2.
That brings it to 1 point.
1 point. That's within the margin of error.
That is nothing.
That's nothing.
That is essentially a tie game. In the eyes of roller derby, anything under 4 points for me is a tie game. The final jam can be decided in one pass, in one moment. Blitz and Trip again in the back with Gemma and Tiff up front. Trip trying to get low, and Sherbert's able to hold that block. Oh, takes a deep spill, and Brick Smashhouse is able to get up, and the Jammer is able to break.
There we go.
Queen caught on her trail. Blitz takes a spill and looks like might be skating out. I think that might be a penalty call. We have Yellow in the back. Pink may want to run. It might be that they stop. I thought they made that move. Trip on the outside gets 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. 1 for Yellow. 2
And
for Yellow.
2.
And 2 for Pink. A tie jam.
Chalk it up to experience.
As far as experience goes, these teams are the epitome of experience.
Absolutely.
I hope to have a moment where I can really point it out, but some of these skaters have been playing for longer than I've known what sports were. Some of these players have been able to perfect their art for so long.
Across the country, across the world.
It's breathing for them.
Yeah.
And to that extent, That's why this is so great. We have the youthful vitality bordered with the chiseled, studied, learned masters. Killshot able to hold that front with Donger hot on Annie and trying to keep that pressure off of that pivot. Annie's still able to get around to just open up enough a hold for Kovo. Killshot's able to get around. She holds that 10 feet and immediately breaks. That is that experience. That is that strategy.
It's huge.
Able to deal with the adversity immediately in front of you while still being cognizant of everything around you. Kovo gets around, takes 1 point. Doesn't call it off in time. Killshot takes the lead. She wants to steal more points, puts her hips out there, tries to call it. Let's see how the points drop down.
At least 3, yeah.
And a slight fall, Yellow taking out Yellow. It looks like a 3-4 for Pink and 0 for Yellow. What a change!
What?
With the
Look
lead.
at that!
I can't even get that excited. My
Look
voice is
at
too
that!
gone. I can't be squeaking about this.
It was adorable, though. It was adorable.
I tried.
It was.
All right.
That was crazy.
Thanks. I can falsetto still. All right. With our lead change, we have the lovely Lethals ahead by 3, but as far as I'm concerned, it's still tied out there.
What a sequence that was. That was incredible.
Spectacular demonstration of ability.
Who we got out here now, Sam? What we got? What we looking at?
All right, triple detonate move on the outside, 2 Yellow on the ground. Madam Butterfly goes to the outside. Amelia doesn't have that step, but Tiff might. Tiff is able to get pushed out of front, but Badonka-Boom ready to play offense, but it looks like they're out of play up front. Butterfly is ready to go. Badonka-Boom just sits in front. Would have had the opportunity. Looks like she did get bridged in, but Tiff is ready to make that move evenly still.
Look at that speed. Look at that.
That crossover has been perfected. That hit to the
That
inside.
shoulder.
Oh, and that spill. She is able to get back up, and she goes to the inside. She's able to grab 3 points.
That'll do, huh? That'll do.
We do have Coach Smedium screaming for that cut track yield. It looks like at least 3 for Yellow. It does not seem she got that 4th point, and it's the first definitive tie game since 0-0. We're at 40-40, and we have potentially one last jam in the half.
Let's break it out. Let's go ahead and break this tie a little bit. Also, I love Schmedium. Can I just say, as a fellow Schmedium aficionado,
Schmedium?
That's beautiful.
It's a good slur.
I'm more of a youth large myself.
With the Fraziers in the back, incredibly
Oh,
able
look
to
at
make
this.
a big move. Donger able to hold Annie to the back.
Oh, wow.
Annie tries to make a move around Killshot,
Wow.
but capped by the Donger. Criminally's able to get a definitive lead. Donger and Killshot doing this double duo blocking up front.
Oh, what's happening here?
Some offense comes from the 3 wall up front. Pack is in the front. Criminally's able to grab 1 point on BP. Takes the assist off of Texas. Comes. Makes the move
Here we go.
She grabs 5 points. She grabs 5 points. Hit from Texas. She keeps going.
We had 5? You said 5?
It's 5 points. She left the jammer. She comes to the back of the back. There's a 4 wall. I am
Let's take a look.
headed. Move to the outside. Gets at least 2 points.
Wow.
And calls it. Oh my goodness.
What a run.
I need to speak in a regular voice from now on.
You may not be able to. That was incredible, though. I get it. I understand why your voice is gone.
And I'm going to be forced to speak in this tone and know that it's going to tear me up on the inside. A 7-point jam to potentially end the half. Let's see if that whistle gets off.
What a run.
And we
What a
are
run.
at intermission.
Wow.
What a definitively tight, well-played game. This is experts at work.
Sam, as advertised, we got 2 of the best we're watching. Stick tight, intermission, take an exhale, maybe get a cool down, because the action's hot. And we'll be back in what? 14 minutes and some change.
We'll be back in some change. Take your breaks, grab some water, grab a lozenge. I know I need one.
Cheers to each and every one of you. Cheers to us, because we are spoiled right now. This is awesome.
This is our last chance for our 50-50 draw. It is your last call for 50-50 draw. All right, with 20 seconds coming back into the jams, we have had an exhibition at its highest level.
Sam, you got 10 seconds. What do you see coming out of intermission? What do you got?
I'm seeing the closest possible situation and a must-win that might not matter because they might just see each other in the championships again in 2 weeks. But this is personal.
This is where you set the bar, my friend. This is it.
This might quickly stop being about who's in that championship game next week and might be about setting the tone, setting the pace.
We're setting the pace right out of the get-go, setting the pace right now. Here we go.
My favorite rivalry in the back of Tripp and Kremley, and they both take a spill, but Kremley's able to recover quickly and get back to that front wall. She holds quickly behind Tiff, who's able to get 2 panties at the distraction and able to get Donger to make a move to take superior position. But do not take too long because Triple Threat will come back with a vengeance. Kremley's able to break. Amelia makes a move, takes a hit, and blocks out of play.
And here we go.
Kremley not defeated but deterred by the is going to have at least an 80-foot lead as Triple Threat makes a move.
80 and counting.
Tiff on the outside. Killshot holds it. Triple Threat on the inside.
What a block.
Donger holds it.
Look at that.
With a nice hit to be able to throw that shoulder and give her more time. Brick Smash House able to hit for 1.
Ooh, cut it.
But
Ooh, look at that.
able to grab a couple of points and call it. Do the 4 whistles get blown before she grabs all 4? No. 3 points.
3.
And a double-digit lead for the Lethals. The score is 50-40.
Came out with a game plan, Sam.
This is the highest tone of Derby I have witnessed in a very long time. Annie and Queen of Hertz up front, and Blitz and Kovo in the back. The jam begins.
We're live.
Nice battle up front, Annie and Queen.
Oh, look at that. Look at a good fight. Good fight.
A little bit of hands potentially, we'll see. But
I didn't see nothing. I didn't see
know
nothing.
what you're talking about.
Oh,
Queen
I
of
saw
Hertz
that,
able to
though.
hold
I
position,
saw that.
Giving Blitz enough time to get out, but Annie is hot on the heels. Yellow pivot break gives Annie the opportunity to grab some ground. With Kovo down, let's see if she can get through that pink wall. Blitz is able to move.
Oh, let's take a look at this.
One.
Take a look at this.
Oh, she starts to call, doesn't call. Annie passes the wall. Might only grab 3 points. We'll see how many.
I see 2.
2 points for pink. And let's see.
1? Is that 2-2? I couldn't. Is it a push?
It might be I see 3 for the Basher.
There we go.
That is what I saw. I believe Badonka Boom held her position with integrity. All right.
Set the stage. Who we got?
I like to say that the battle of Kremley and Triple Threat is the battle of speed and power. The battle of whimsy and rage.
Ooh, whimsy and rage. I'm a fan of that. Put that on a shirt.
I might as well. I will say that these guys are the Stone Cold and the Rock of the era.
Oh, that's an attitude era right there, my friend. Take a look at this.
And they got plenty of it. All right, Kremley Insane comes to that front wall, is faced with 4 yellow in front, but Killshot's coming up to help.
Trying to break the wall.
Killshot gets that inside and it makes a massive
Oh, look at that move.
A huge hole. Kremley able to make a move, and Tiff might be out of play. She gets bridged in and is able to break. Kremley Insane with the 30-foot lead. Let's see if Tiff doesn't turn that into 20. She only has another about 60 feet to the pack, but Tiff
Closing
comes
in.
within 10.
Closing
she has
in.
the yellow wall in the back, makes a move to the inside. Held by Killshot. Lead change. Tiff is able to get pushed to the back by Killshot. Makes a move to the outside. Takes a pop to Texas.
Oh, look at
has
that.
a 2-wall. Looks like Pink might be out of play.
Oh, we're
up
battling.
front,
Oh, we're
and
battling.
She keeps going.
We got a lead change, correct? We do have a lead change.
We do have a lead change and a running Pink pack. In order for Yellow to be able to hit anyone, they have to catch a Pink player. All Kremley needs to do is not get past, and Yellow will call it. Give everyone a break.
What a run.
Pink would not be a point there, and that is some smart coaching, some smart playing by Pink.
Textbook. That's how you coach them up, coach.
Hey, if you can't grab more points than them, outthink them. Make sure that they're burning energy. And Tiff was wise to call it off there. Great play, great counterplay. With a 6-point lead for the Lethals, and with the Bashers making these multiple pass plays, This is still anybody's game.
Oh,
This could be
absolutely.
decided in one.
Oh, absolutely.
We have Butterfly going to the inside with Hertz trying to lay a hit on Annie. Annie holds position.
The
Dr. Boom
intensity.
to the outside and opens up a hole, giving up just enough space that Boom is able to lay a hit on Annie. Annie still persists, waits for the 10 feet, starts the break. Madam Butterfly is on the loose.
Here we go.
Annie hot on the heels. Butterfly using that power, able to get a hold.
Oh, what a shoulder.
With a big old shove from Covalent Bondage, able to hold it. And another lead change. It looks as if she's able to grab at least 2, but I don't know if she grabs Hertz or Boom. We'll see where them fingers lead. 0 for pink and 1 for yellow.
I was trying to make a covalent bond joke, maybe like an isotope, but I didn't do well in that class, so I'm going to go ahead and fall back now.
I'm not much of a chemistry player, but you know who is? The skaters out there seem to have plenty of chemistry.
Oh, well done. That was smooth.
It was
That
lame.
was good. That was good. I see what you did there.
I do like a good dad joke.
Yes. And here we go.
The Frasers in the back. All right. Nice subtle start. Kremlin makes a move to the outside and has Thunder and Amelia in the wall.
They are still on 11. They have not toned this down at all. They are still at the max capacity right now.
Absolutely. With the hip assist from BP, Donger goes to make a move, and there's a little bit of hands into the chest. And it looks as if they're getting a call for out-of-play blocking by 913.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was a little 50-50, but BP is able to get out.
Here we
It
go.
looks as if there's a multiplayer in the front by the looks of it, and they do send Tiff to the box. And then Killshot's able to break free, but not without a 70-foot lead by BP. Yellow is together in that 3-wall with Brick Smash House trying to get a good shove, but now Pink's just in front. Now Pink takes a hit from Tex, is able to knock her out of bounds. She resets in front of her by my eye, and they're not letting her call
Okay.
it. The cut track yield, and it's potential that Killshot can get the lead change. It looks like they just give her the cut track in total. She does yield.
Will we see the lead change?
Oh my goodness.
Will we see
what?
it?
What blocking to hold that jammer. Spectacular.
Wow. Wow.
I am impressed. All right. Honeybee and Blitz in the back. Hertz and Annie in the front.
Got some matchups in this one. We got some matchups in here.
Some coach communication while the refs confer. Coach gives a message. You know who I want to keep an eye on? I want to keep an eye on Tish in this jam. I think she's going to lay a big hit.
Yeah.
Tish with the white helmet in the middle.
Tish is ready for it.
One. All right, we got Blitz on the outside. We
Oh,
got
we're
a
down.
Spill. Looks like that player is able to get back
Oh, I
up.
see that shoulder, though.
Ooh, Annie getting that shoulder right into Blitz. Able to slow her down and get her close to the pack. Annie with a good pop to the inside. But someone hits Annie to the inside. That's Badonkaboom. Blitz, you don't need to enter behind her, but she does. It's okay. Now can Hertz hold Honeybee? We'll see. She gets bridged up front. There is no pack in the back.
I don't see it.
Pivot break. Queen of Hertz is going to be hot on the heels of Honeybee.
Here we go.
Where does Pink form their wall?
Here we go. Let me see
5
it.
feet. Can she get back there? Annie opens up with the O on the inside. Tries to make a move and makes a spill. Hertz with the lead change. Tiff
Get the
with pop
outside,
to
get the
chest.
outside.
Quick recovery. Able to, does not get the point. Hit to the inside. They call it.
What's the
It
call,
looks as
Sam?
if Honeybee is down, but she has to wait to enter behind Annie. Hertz is down, readjusting. It might get that point. There is a lead change. She is able to
We're gonna see
tap
one.
her hips, but there's another lead change. Honeybee gets to the front. Looks like she grabbed her points. It looks like there might be 4-0, and I don't see a call. They might want her out here for as long as possible.
What's that length? What's our distance, huh, Sam?
We got 12 seconds to see if Hertz can grab her 4 points.
Here we go.
But she has a Tiff.
Ooh, boy.
And a directional.
Hit stick.
Oh, my apologies. It looks as if that is a back block instead.
Okay.
I thought that Queen had braced for that hit just a couple of inches in the other derby direction. And allow me to say, she's a better skater and has a better perception of that 180 plane of stopping as opposed to going backwards.
I don't know.
at
I don't know
all.
how you brace for something like that, but that's just how you do it.
You do your best.
You do the best you can.
But with Honeybee in the box and it looks like Medic's taking attention to her, Yellow will start one player down.
Sam, Lovely Lethals 56, Bumble Bashers 52. What do you do if you want to even this score if you're a basher?
If I'm a basher and triple threat, Annie, Amelia, Scareheart, and Rogue are on the track, I say you're going to be completely fine with one in the box. I
See,
say you
I'm
skate the way
good.
you skate.
We good to go.
I say you keep your game plan, and just 30 seconds could be no points at all, or that could have been 8 points. That could have been 2 passes. This game is going to come down exclusively to who leaves more heart on the track.
If you are those lovely lethals, though, how do you keep that lead? How do you, in fact, maybe even expand upon that lead?
If you ask me, if one team has to leave heart on the track, the other team has to keep a cool mind.
Got to match that, yeah.
You have to make sure that you are above the passion, because as soon as the hits start to get chippy, as soon as things get a little crazy, that's when you start losing track not only of the game, but of yourself.
Well, I tend to lose track of myself whenever I stop by Saints Pub and Patio. We have our official after parties at 2022 East Jackson Drive, Independence. All are welcome at Saints Pub and Patio. Do you see that? What a transition, huh? That was masterful. Almost like the action we're seeing here on the rink. Another excellent transition.
Hartzell, do you know what they call it when a skater goes from skating forward to skating backwards?
A moonwalk.
A transition.
A transition.
And allow me to say, you executed that transition with a lovely lethal or a Bumble Basher level of precision.
Wow.
Phenomenal transition.
Wow, thank you. Stop it some more, Sam. Stop it some more. Thank you.
All right, looks like we do have an official review. Some stuff may come down to contention. So now what's going to happen is the refs are going to take a brief chat with the captains. The captains are going to go into this meeting and say, this is what I believe happened. This is the remedy I would like to see.
Sam, how do you make that case? You've been in these situations. How do you sell your case to our official?
Well, I'd say start with the rule. Start with what the rule book says. And sometimes that rule book may come down to a little bit of interpretation. So if after the rule you then talk about why what you did was good for the sport. And sometimes it is very important to say, hey, I believe X was dangerous. I believe Y was unsportsmanly. Any of these things. But you say, sometimes it's a clerical error. Sometimes it's,
it's a process argument. I understand.
Sometimes it's, I'm sorry, you put up 2 fingers, but if you notice that that person stepped out of bounds briefly before and wasn't able to reset, all of these things can be taken up by the coaches, but they're going to go to the refs. Refs are going to confer. But by the length of this one, it looks like whatever it is might be highly contentious.
Absolutely.
I know I'm going to hear all about it.
But you want to make sure you get it done right? I'd rather you take your time. We got a hot match. We got 2 of the best. Let's make sure we do this thing right. I appreciate it.
And allow me to say that our officials are some of the best that I've seen.
The best.
I do love our officials.
The best.
And on top of that, they are volunteering and working for the league. They took it on themselves to become subject matter experts at a game that is unlike any other.
Absolutely. That's how much you love it. That's how much you love the folks you're doing it with. And I tell you what, Fountain City, y'all do it right. This is a good time, my friend.
Let me tell you a fun little color story that I was at my favorite place in the world, a hockey bar in the River Market, and Criminally Insane and Trip are there. And Trip says, I am so tough that I got bitten by a dog and I'm still here. And Criminally Insane says, I am so fast, I went to your house and beat you here in the time it took you to get here. So allow me to say that it personifies who they are as characters. The speed versus power, the rage versus whimsy. These are some of my favorite skaters out there, and I love watching them skate.
Still making a call, huh?
You got to make sure it's right. And on top of that, you have officials on both teams. You have, one moment. Looks like the ref's skating over here.
Wow.
I might be getting a talking to.
Wow, this is great. What an honor.
Can we get some info?
There was
Do you want to do it?
there was a challenge on pink on misconduct on yellow, and there was a challenge on yellow on a directional on pink.
It was definitely direction. All right, looks like we have a challenge by each team, and both were victories.
Oh, wow.
It does look as if that directional call was in fact called on pink, and a concurrent counter challenge to a misconduct call on yellow. And I'm going to go ahead and brush some dirt off of my shoulder for calling that directional.
That was well done. That was very well done.
All right, once again, Amelia Scarehart posing against Criminally Insane.
Here we go,
Creme
we're
able
back.
to take that step to the inside, and it looks like Tripp's going to use that same hole and able to get an extra step on Killshot.
Oh, they're moving, Sam. They are moving.
It does. Tiff waits for that brief moment to get that whistle, and Killshot tries to make a move, but Tiff is so uniquely and so perfectly placed, she's able to break evenly. Turn that 20 feet lead into nothing, and she might get this lead change here on the apex.
Let's take a look at this.
Doesn't hit it, but Tripp does take a move to the outside and does take a spill over Texas. Criminally Insane is able to at least get 1 point. She's waving her call. She's trying to call it, but it looks as if she's getting for the cut track yield. Cut track yield gives Tiff the opportunity to get to that front
Let's
wall.
try it again.
Out of play up front. They're going to have to let her out. It does look as if they get bridged back in. Tiff needs to get something, but she can't. Donger holds her to the inside.
Ooh, what a
Donger
wall.
holds her to the outside. Criminally Insane dealing with the back. There is a pack in the front because they're out of play, and they do have a pink in the box. But Gemma enters the track, throwing the
Here we
pack
go.
in the back. Oh my goodness, the craziest thing. All right, friends, what you may not have noticed.
I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to catch up.
This is the craziest, unique situation in Derby. Because Pink had one person in the box, when the 3 Pink players are blocking up front, they are the pack. Only you can only hit within 10 feet of the pack, so all of Yellow is out of play in the back. But when Pink enters from the penalty box, there are now 5 players in the back, throwing the pack to the back and creating an odd situation where Pink now gets scored on. Woo-wee!
How does that change up the matchup, Sam?
That could change it from a jam where no one's getting points to a jam where 4-0. But right now, we
Just
have
like
a
that.
58-55, and once again, it comes within 1 pass.
Yep.
Can be the difference between victory or loss. Madam Butterfly coming up to the back, has to deal with Annie.
Oh, look at this
Annie
move.
up front, looks like they're out of play at the front. Annie's at least 20 feet out of play. She
Here we
needs
go.
to get bridged in. Pink's trying to hold her back. Yellow's now in play. Annie's able to lead. 60 feet lead by
Break
Madam
it through.
Butterfly. We have at least one baby held by Pink. Madam Butterfly has that wall at a stop. Able to make one move, is able to call it off in play.
How many
Did
we
she
get?
At least one. Was there anyone in play out of play up front? 1 point for Pink, nothing for Yellow. Making this a lead by 4, meaning this could turn into a tie game at the end of this jam, or more intense Derby. Who knows?
Oh, I know. It's going to be that last part, the intense part. Back and forth, back and forth.
Ooh, a special treat. We get to see Killshot on the jammer line once again. Face against Triple Threat, who's never shied to a challenge.
And we are off.
Killshot makes a move to the outside, has Amelia Scarehart to beat.
Breaking
Brick
three.
Ding Dong being her pivot on the inside. Thunder tries to peel her out and cannot. We have Trinity, Triple Threat on the inside, tries to make a move on
Excellent.
her
Excellent.
counterpart, Criminally Insane, able to make a move. Triple Shred looks like she gets called for a cut track yield. Has to go to the back. There are no panties out by Yellow, giving Pink a definitive advantage.
Ooh, way out front.
Tex is able to make a move and able to hold one panty back.
What's
while
happening
we
here?
have Donger and Criminally Insane holding up front. Annie, a strong wall. A nice little can opener, able to throw her off balance slightly, giving Killshot the opportunity to come to the back.
Oh, let's see
They're
here.
forming up that wall. They're changing from offense to defense. Killshot grabs 1 point, next knocked out. Able to grab 2 points, makes a step to the inside.
Inside,
We have
look at
Brick
that,
Smash
look at
House
that.
making a move, but there are no panties out. There are no panties out, so that's 5 points. Why not keep going? There's a spill.
5 and counting.
5 and counting with no one out by Yellow. This could easily turn into a runaway jam. Pink is able to hold tight up front. It looks as if Yellow wants to hold still and play deep.
I think you're right.
Killshot able to, Tex is able to, ooh, looks like there's a penalty on someone. It looks like
Oh, look at
Amelia
that.
Scarehart. Killshot in the back, able to get a move on Annie. Annie lays a hit. Donger trying to play some offense, but it does not matter. Killshot feeling a little gas. 10 seconds, able to make a move, cut to the inside.
Oh, look
Patience.
at that.
Ooh, a hit by Brick Smash House, able to knock her to the inside. All right, calls it at the last second of the jam.
What
Way to
a
hit.
sequence there.
What a hit by Brick Smash House, able to hold an amazing skater from grabbing another 4 points. Spectacular play.
What's our score that last one? What did I go out to?
It comes out to a 7-0 jam.
7-0
knocking this
jam.
to our first greater than 10-point lead. Looks as if there is a stop on the play, potentially another review. Officials can hold voluntary reviews as they discuss themselves.
What would the review be? What do you think?
If I had to guess, there might have been a potential directional on brick for that big hit. It's a little difficult when you're moving that slow. This is a game of NASCAR. This is moving fast. This is moving forward. So it's a little hard to see when somebody's moving forward 1 centimeter at a time because we're used to moving, 60, 70 kilometers a second. Mind you, I am still Canadian.
I appreciate that. Kilometers. That's sweet. That's great.
Old physics habits.
Big metric guy, huh? Big metric guy.
Makes sense.
It just makes sense.
All right, we have...
this makes sense, Sam. This right here makes sense. This action makes sense.
A 66 to 55-point game. I have never seen anything this close at more than 2 or 3 point differential. 11 points, but it feels like it is...
Oh, anybody's ball game.
Anybody's ball game, but with 2 in the box by yellow, that 11-point lead might we might get the impression that this lead isn't as small as we think it is.
That's a trap. That's bait. That is a trap.
11 points could quickly turn into a much higher number.
Absolutely.
All right, so we do have a penalty issuance and potential. It looks as if we may have if I had to guess, this might be a substitution penalty, i.e., if a player was ejected from the game, another player substitutes. I don't know if that's the case, so we will see. But I do see Amelia Scarhart leaving the bench area, and that is the sign of an ejection.
Waiting for confirmation. Currently speculating blindly. We're very good at that. But I think you might be right, Sam. Here we go.
Looks as if yellow heads one to the bench. So now we have...
Yeah, what is our new state of play, Sam?
We will have a captain serving the penalty of a player for 30 seconds. We will have one blocker in the box for 1 minute and 30 seconds. We will have one player in the front who cannot be the pack. No blocker by themselves can be the pack. So we now have Tiff playing hard defense on Critical Blitz, who's able to make a break, but Tiff strategically drops back into the pack and is able to take back that lead. Critical Blitz able to use some time to get back out there, but she does want to take advantage of the fact that she is in fact outnumbered. There is in fact a lead change, but hit to the outside. She's able to make a move to the inside and take it definitively. It is a 4-4 point jam, but if Tiff is smart, she gives just enough time to let her player out of the penalty box. And she does. There is someone in the back. She's going to make a couple of points if she can.
Played that perfectly.
And she looks like she cannot and tries to call it, but gets hit to the ground. There's another lead change. Critical Blitz hit to the inside by Thunder. Has to reset behind her. Looks like 20 has a cut track yield, and Tiff has to get hit to the outside. Looks like another lead change, and Tiff is able to grab at least another couple of points. We'll see how many that is.
What do you think?
I think it turns to a 6-4 jam. It might have been 6-8. I believe that might have been 8-4. We'll see how that shakes down when the scoreboard updates.
$15 minutes and some change remaining.
All right.
70-63.
As an update, it does look as if 10 was ejected for a misconduct penalty. All right, Triple Threat makes a move on the outside, makes Texas Outlaw fall. Criminally Insane able to make a move.
There we go.
Where's the panty for yellow? We see Annie and Trip get caught up in the back. Donger able to make a no-look block onto the outside. Donger able to just squeeze one hit into the inside. Annie goes for the Donger to give her the counter offense. Looks as if Trip gets hit and has to make a yield to the entire pack. Makes a move to the inside. Criminally Insane able to get her points.
Oh, look at that.
That looks like 5. That is in fact 5 and calls her 5.
Is that 5?
The tapping of the helmet by the officials is the signal that the jammer was in fact lapped, giving a 5-point jam. And I think it's smart. Conserve yourself.
Absolutely.
With this lead, every time you call the jam, you are adding 30 seconds closer to the end of the game.
It's that strategy, Sam, like you talked about.
It's all calculative. Smarter people than me know the math.
Math?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's a game theory behind it all. All right.
We are back.
Tiff and Queen up front. BP getting held up on the inside. Tish and Ducky holding that line.
What's the move? What's this move?
It looks as if there might have been a cut track yield, and BP goes to back. Madam Butterfly takes a spell, falls small into a little cocoon, is able to get back up and respring. BP looks like she got some help and was able to burst out of that
Look at
pack
that.
with some fury.
Burst is
All
the
right.
perfect word. Just burst it out of that.
All right, Queen of Hearts able to make at least get out of the pack. We'll see what BP is able to do. Can she make a move with her yellow wall in the back? It looks as if there's at least 3 on the outside, and Pink does in fact hit her to the outside. She does in fact have to reset behind
Here we
Tish,
go.
who's moving very slowly. Queen of Hearts is able to get the lead change. BP is able to reset behind her. Looks as if Cortez makes a hit. It's not enough. BP's out in front. Ducky able to make one move, but can she get it? It looks as if BP is going for another pass. They want all those points back. They want to leave nothing out there, and Badonka Boom in the
Every
box.
single one.
You have the advantage. Queen of Hearts is held up by Annie blocking. Brick Smash out makes a move. Queen of Hearts does in fact get hit, but Annie goes down, allowing her to
move?
not have to reset. BP able to get 1 point. Can she get that wall up front? She gets some challenged by Tish. She gets a hit. Looks as if there's a penalty. I heard one whistle, and it looks like there's a blocking out of play by Tish, which means that yellow or pink will have 2 in the box at the beginning of the next jam. And it's anybody's game.
I mean, we're right back at it. We are right back at it.
We thought for a brief moment that we could have seen a lead expanding.
Yeah, I didn't think that.
I thought.
You might have thought that. The way this has been going, I knew this is what we talked about. This is exactly what we talked about coming in.
Sam, you thought.
Fam, you thought.
All right, but with Boom and Tish in the box, let me tell you that it will be quite the hitting spree when they get out.
Right, I just saw one.
Nothing I love more than watching those two lay some punishment down. I do hear a penalty, and it looks as if we got a yellow 2-3 in the box, which means the yellow's in the box. This is a unique point where all Pink has to do is hold the
Just
one
hold it.
panty back. They just need to get the pivot, and Pink can have a heyday here. And
Oh,
with
is
Boom
this that
coming in-
run? Is this the run they need?
it depends. If Pink gets out of the box, we have Boom in the back, and everybody's dealing with that, but who's going to get on Tiff? It looks like they're giving them more time to allow Tish to get back. Tish is going to get out of this box.
Oh,
Ooh,
spill.
looks as if there's a spill. Criminally Insane might be feeling it, but with Tish coming in, it's a 4-4. But with Trip coming back in, it's back to the beginning of the jam. Both jammers at the back, and now just have to fight their way through.
Oh, here
Annie
comes
holding
this
that
move.
inside line. Trip making a crazy bean dip
See that guy
from
low.
the out to the middle, making a move, dodging a hit, dealing with kill shot. This is amazing.
This is incredible.
With a hit by Tish.
Big
able to hold that
hit.
inside line. No whistles blown there.
With
so
less than 20? Less than 20 remaining?
we have our first lead jammer, but it's going to take her 15 seconds to get to the back of that pack. She has about 4 seconds to maybe get a point. Yellow needs to get the flip out of there.
Yep.
Yellow needs to run. But you got Tish and Killshot holding Annie. Can she get there in 4 seconds?
Oh,
3,
look at this.
2,
Look at this.
1. Can she get it?
Oh, wow.
It looks like she got some points. That is a hustle play.
How many
a
we
hustle move.
How many we thinking?
2 points stolen at the end of that jam. Whew. That's a special player. That was a special play, and those are some special points.
Electric. Ten-point ball game, Sam.
What's going on? All right, looks like a timeout may be called. Can't tell if that was an official timeout or everyone take a deep break, but the refs will confer. And oh my goodness, every ounce of my body is trembling, vocal cords included.
And the thing is, we could see this being ran back in just a couple of weeks, yeah?
10 minutes, 10 points means nothing compared to what the championship, who's going to hold up the hardware.
But you got to set the bar at some point. You know what? This could be that statement. This is that statement game.
I mean, if you like football at all, I'm a fan of a Kansas City football team that is known
Big fan. Big
for
fan.
spectating, watching, learning, and making sure the second half is where it really matters.
Mm-hmm.
And this really, when you think about it, this game is just the first half. The championship bout is where it really comes down to.
But you know what? You got to fight for position. You know, I'm a soccer guy. This is that first one of the leg. You know, you got to fight for the positioning.
As a point of order for all sports, I think 2 legs, aggregate scoring, the way to go.
That is the way. I mean, let's just be real. Come on here. But we digress.
All right, Critical Blitz meeting with the Tiff up front. Oh, with a hit by
Look at that
Donner, able
hit.
to open up some offense, but Critical Blitz did get swallowed. So great positioning by Yellow that they can still lose a defensive player and still hold that wall.
God, did you see that hip?
Yeah.
That hip attack.
Oh my goodness. And Tiff maybe to make some move. Donger able to put that foot up, maybe to try and get a step on it.
Hell of a
but
block.
Tiff able to counter block. All right, Beep taking a move on the outside. Beep coming to the lead, able to get that lead jammer. Now let's see if they can get Queen of Hearts out of here. Oh, sees that Blitz is able to make a distraction. They go for Donger instead. Annie able to make a move, but that opens it up for Critical Blitz. But Annie recycles back in front of Critical Blitz. What is this assignment? This constant recycling by both teams.
Have you seen anything like this? The strategy being deployed.
It's like when cogs of a machine are spinning together. One person replaces the next.
A well-oiled
Ooh,
machine.
BP takes a move to the inside, and it looks as if she might be getting a penalty for a back block. She does look if that's the case, and it does look like she has to go the entire length of the track.
Oh, wow.
This is, in fact, the lead change.
Oh, wow.
And it looks as if Gemma has the ability to run free. She does make a move to the inside and has Tiff on the end. Gortician makes a hit to open up some offense. Donger open up the middle. Donger uses the opportunity to take a hit, but it does not stop Thunder from getting that hit back to the outside. Now we just have the opportunity. Now if Pink's smart here, they move that pack to the back. Let your pivot run by herself. But she calls it, take the break, start the next jam off of the advantage. Look at that hug. Look at that sportsmanship.
I love sportsmanship. I tell you what, sportsmanship. That's all I got. You know, I went to a private school, so you know. What can I tell you?
If you can take anything from this, is that we are all still one league.
We have fun here, don't we?
Absolutely.
We have fun here, don't we?
This is a family affair, both in that you can bring your kids, bring anybody, but also we're family out there.
You know, sometimes family got to throw down a little bit every once in a while, you know?
You do still have to establish a pecking order.
There is a pecking order.
Don't let that be said. There is one last chicken strip. I'm going to get it.
Who's getting that chicken strip, huh? Who's getting that chicken strip?
With Madam Butterfly making moves and Thunder dragging her out, we do have Triple Threat coming up to the front and having to deal with a kill shot micro cycle wall. Kill shot able to make at least a couple moves. Able to move to the outside.
Oh, wow.
And Micro the cycle laying a big hit. Gives enough time for Texas to get back up front. And Kill shot to hold the pack back. And maybe give the opportunity to get a 4-blocker wall up in front. Ooh, it looks as if there might have been a hit potentially out of play in the back. It does look as if that's the case because that 4 wall was in front. Throwing the pack to the front, giving Madam Butterfly an easier opportunity. As
look at that. Look at that.
Hartzell, what'd you see?
What I saw was a hit stick. That's what I saw.
Spectacular motion by great players and a lead jam with 30 seconds left. A 14-point lead with 6 minutes left. And Madam Butterfly going to come to the back of the pack and hopefully grab some points for her team.
A lot of passion, a lot of power is what we're seeing, Sam.
Yellow pivot break, and Annie will not be outdone. She will get there. I know it. I see it in her eyes.
The determination.
Right. Ooh, it looks as if Pink's able to hold one. Butterfly is able to grab the 1 point, which is 2 because of the box point.
That's 2.
And 2 points for Pink. Widening this lead once again to a 60, the largest lead of the game.
Still feels so much closer than that, doesn't it?
I would not count any unhatched chickens. I believe that's the saying.
Something like that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chicken before the egg or something like that.
Yeah, something about bushes.
Something about bushes.
And hands.
What's the deal?
But there are no hands in roller derby, remind you. Tiff making a move to the inside on Ducky.
Oh, look at this.
Does look as if Thunder and Ducky are able to at least stop Tiff from getting that inside line. So Blitz is able to make a move, but does get hit out by Thunder. Rogue enters into the back, and it does look as if there's a cut track yield by Yellow.
Sam, I'm curious, especially with the chance that they may see each other in a couple weeks. Do you show everything in this first matchup?
If you ask me, no.
No?
I think you hold a couple of tools. I think you still show
I don't know.
boss.
Really? And this is personal. Even still with this kind
I
of
think
grudge?
you still set the tone. You still don't let them think at all anything of it. You don't give any moral victories here. You just play hard derby.
So that's a good point. You got to be cerebral assassins out here.
But you do hold your best tools. You do reserve some of your more, some of your plays that may be worth studying. You keep those in the toolkit.
A little closer to the chest. But here we are talking about future games. We got a game right here that's still very much anybody's.
5 minutes left and only 14 points separating it. This is nothing.
Nothing.
And on top of that, you do have to remember that there's a stylistic thing at hand. Yellow makes multi-pass points all the time. It is very easy for a team that enjoys running points. They just have to maintain that wall slightly longer, and that 4 points turns to 8. They do it again, that turns to 12. This is anybody's game, even still.
You mentioned the Stylistics. I love that band. Kids, ask your parents, from the 70s. So, just my imagination, I think.
Oh, was that them?
It might have been. Lovely Lethals 87, those Bumble Bashers 73. Sam, who you got? What you think?
I was always told that if I had to put money on it, you put money on the leading team.
Okay, you know what? That's tried and true.
Let me stay as objective as humanly possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet on the winning horse. That's my plan. Yeah.
The team in the lead.
I want the team in the lead to win.
But once again,
That's how I bet. That's how I do my sports betting.
It all comes down to
Yeah, it does.
who leaves the heart on the track and who
Oh, look at this.
the heart on the track and who
They are
keeps their
still
head
going
cool.
at it. Still going at it.
Triple threat a little slow to rise. Let's see if that doesn't affect the play. Rogue able to hold that inside line. There is a cut track yield, and Pink does reset behind. We have a pivot swallowed up to the back and a pink star in the back.
Sam, if you were a Bumble Basher, what is your way back in this? What is your path back to victory?
I will say that you got to just hope and pray that your stamina can really hold these last 3 jams to the point where you're going to have minute 30 jams, and you just got to pray that you can get the opportunity
Give yourself a
to
chance.
have those multi-passes.
Yep, give yourself a chance to stay in it.
Because if I'm Pink, I get 1 point and call it. Lose 30 seconds. 1 point and call it. Lose
Oh,
30
look at that.
seconds. Make a move. Got 1 point and called it. Now we lose another 30 seconds, and it's 3:30 before we can even start the next jam. That means that there could only be 2 to 3 jams if Yellow wants to run some points up.
There's just so much involved. I mean, this really is. It's more than just running around, rolling around, hitting people. This is truly some athleticism. And like you said, you got to think this thing through.
The thing I love most about this is that any given moment, and I said I would talk about this earlier, at any given moment, with the 10 players on this track, there could be over a century of experience amongst
Absolutely.
them. Some of these skaters have been playing for 15 plus years. Some of them only have 1. But we do know that there's over 100 years of experience at any given one of them.
And just think that goes to show you that the best of the best, they do it here at Fountain City.
Absolutely.
That's what that means. The
That's a
best
good
of the best
culture
are
right there.
right here.
So Pink needs to hold this wall, because if they stop
look
Tiff, they cannot. 2 wall, 2 points. Tiff makes another 2 points, makes another pass. It looks as if there's a call off. 1 point for Pink. Looks like potentially 4 for Yellow.
I see
4
4.
for Yellow. With up to potentially about 2 jams left on the clock.
2:48 and counting.
12 points. If Yellow can get 3 clean passes, it's right there. It's in their grasp.
How do you change the game plan? The sense of urgency in the last 2 minutes and some change. What do you change up?
If you
How do you
ask,
force the issue?
if you ask me, you really make this a game theory moment where you, as Pink, you double down on your defense.
All in.
And Yellow, you really got to hope that you get the opportunity that you can break a clean wall. But when you have a jammer on jammer block like this, when they double down on defense, Killshot does not need to be in the pack at all.
It's like that
For the
full
rest-
court press in basketball.
And she can just play defense for the rest of the game. And whoever the next jammer is, they can do that. With 57 seconds left, it may be looking grim for the Bashers. It looks as if there's a strategic weighing of the options.
Trying to get in that victory O position.
BP able to make a move, but she has to deal with Donger. Donger lets her out. Donger is then able to take the break to see if Donger is going to play some defense.
Here we go.
Donger may not even want to score points here. She just may want to stop BP. We'll see what she does. This is strategic. This is strategery at hand.
Oh, look at this.
Donger with the hit does knock her out. There is a lead change and a lead change back. BP able to grab a couple of points and call it. It might have just been 1. It might have been more. 0 points for Pink, 1 for
seeing
Yellow.
1. Yep.
But this means there's not enough time on the jam for multiple jams here.
Yeah.
We're going to have 20 seconds before we start. Unless this is a 10-second jam, this might be the last jam of the game.
I've seen crazier things, Sam. I've seen crazier things. I haven't, but this will be the first of a really crazy cool thing. It would be cool. It would be.
Absolutely. With 11 points, a triple pass is what's needed. Tiff lines up back to try and get a running start. 0 seconds, go.
Oh, here we go.
Tiff to the outside, Tiff to the end.
They ain't slowing down, Sam. They're still going hard at it.
Annie trying to make a hole, tries to push the pivot out of play, and it does look like there's a pivot out of play. Annie tries to hold her.
40
Annie gets
seconds to
superior
count.
position, goes for the block. Able to at least slow her down just a little bit to at least give Tiff the opportunity. She needs 11 points in 1 minute and 10 seconds. This could be everything. 2, 4 points. All right, now Yellow really needs to hold this pivot back. With 1 down, she's able to at least get 1 point here. Looks like she grabs her 4. It comes down 2. Tiff coming back. She's making another play. There's a penalty, and it looks
What
as if
a
Yellow
shoulder.
goes down. Who's the penalty issued
What's
on?
that move?
It's not on a panty, so this is going to be keep going. There are 8 seconds left. Oh my goodness.
Less than
8 seconds
5?
left in the game. 40 seconds left in the jam. The game will not end until the jam does, but this will be the final score. We are in the last jam. 35 seconds
The
left.
final 30 seconds of the jam, Sam. It's the home stretch.
Unless something crazy goes here, it's going to be very difficult for Tiff to make these passes, but not impossible. There's a spill. She's able to make a move to the outside. Can she cut one more time?
I see it cut
Move
to the end.
inside. 4 more points. Can she get it? 19 seconds. She needs 4 more points.
4 points in less than 15 seconds. Here we go.
It's going to take her at least 6 to get to the back. Let's see if she can get there before 4. Pink, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
The time
5
is now.
seconds.
The time is
4
now.
seconds at the back of the back. She makes a move. She grabs a point. She grabs another one. The pivot's up front. What happens? What is the total count?
Let's take a look at this, huh? You promised me a good one, Sam.
I said it was going to be a cataclysmic explosion.
You
at the end.
absolutely did.
That is 12 for the wrong team, I believe. 12 to 12. If that was 12 to 12, it was. 12 to 16.
12-16?
What a game!
Wow.
All right, everyone, give it up for your teams.
I
Give
feel
it up for both of
spoiled.
them.
I feel spoiled for what we just saw. That was incredible. The lovely Lethals and them Bumble Bashers. That's how it's done right there, ladies
What
and gentlemen.
a game!